Well, just figured I'd do a little vertical live down here feeding the cows a hay bale. Show off our two little baby calves. They look good. That one right there's a half Wagyu looking at me. They're a little wild. And she is one of our Dexters. We got two Dexters down here. She's about 2-year-old Dexter heifer that she's exposed to this little guy right here. This Red Bull. And she's got horns so she can boss people out of the hay. Should have dehorned her when she was little. Just because it's an unfair advantage for you, Clarabelle. So, down here at the cows, just giving them some hay. And this one right here is one of the mamas to the new little calves. Those little calves are pretty slippery. I'll try to get a good look at them here in a minute. But she's our older Dexter cow. I think the vet said she was about 5. So not old, but older than our heifer. Go get them, Lucy. Oh, there they are. So there's the two little heifer calves that we've recently had. So Shayla's working on a video right now where we're going to do a naming contest, and you're going to win a hoodie from that contest. So we will pick somebody's 2 names. So make a pair of names for those 2 little heifer calves back there. And we're going to pick several people's names, and then we're going to vote on them. So you'll have to check out our long format video coming out. This is one of our heifer calves from Panda. If you'll watch our last video, her mother is not looking so well, but her calf looks really well. So her mother's back at the house right now. She doesn't seem to care, but she's a good looking heifer. And we got her mama cow back at the house, wormed and on mineral, on feed, and just taking a break from feeding that heifer. Hello, Jace. And that'd be the other mama to those calves back there. She's not too weary. She'd come up to me if I had cubes in my hand, which I'm going to give them cubes. I just want them to be fairly docile while I went live here for just a few moments. That Hereford right there is Annie, and we've had her since she was probably about 250 pounds. And for the longest time, she grew so slow, we thought maybe she was a miniature Hereford. We thought she'd maybe top out at around 700 or 800 pounds. That's a good looking patty there, Annie. But we thought she would top out around maybe 700 or 800 pounds, and she ended up. Last time we weighed her, she was somewhere in that ballpark of 1,000 pounds. So she's definitely not no mini, and she's still a heifer. But we did get her AI'd to a purebred Hereford, and I kind of like the Herefords. So I tend to be a little partial to them. So hopefully we get a little heifer out of her. Although I do need some bull calves. I've only, out of all my calves, oh, there they are playing a little bit. So Levi is being lazy, Jace. I was trying to get him to go shoot a doe this evening, and he was too busy playing on his phone or something. But these 2 little heifer calves, if you just come in here, Texas Raider, I think you just got in here. We're going to be doing a naming contest on them. So the one on the left side is a Wagyu cross with a Dexter, and that one's just a Angus cross. But we're going to be doing a naming contest. You pick 2 names. we're going to try to get at least half a dozen people to pick 2 names for them. And then we're going to have a one-off hoodie made. So I think Shayla will be releasing a video on that tomorrow on how to win the hoodie. But we never actually named these other 2 heifers. We only name our bull if he's going to stick around for a while, or our heifers, and we actually haven't named these 2 that got their heads in the feeder right here. But they will be staying around. Unless for some reason I had to sell my cows. And this guy, he's just a steer. Old gangly Holstein. But he don't look bad for a Holstein. So 2 unnamed heifers right there. That's Tater the bull. He's Gelb v Limousine Angus cross. Pretty good looking bull. And he was already showing interest in the Dexter cow that just calved. So maybe he will get her bred back really quickly. Or we already talked about HB, and there's the Dexter mama. Ooh, you're a good looking girl. They just don't know what to think of me yet. That's the Angus cross. And here's the gangly old. She's not quite as cute to me, but she's that Wagyu Dexter cross. All right, let's get around here to Blackjack. She's still got bags on her because, of course, she's still feeding those 2 heifers. I wish she would just pick one heifer to feed, but she thinks she's got to feed them all. So she's a little lighter weight than I'd like to see her right now, but we'll probably get her off of the calves as soon as Panda's dried up, and bring Panda back down here once she's not feeding anymore. Switch them out. That way both these little heifers will get weaned. Yeah, Levi's buck was not bad. He that last one he got on private land, but I think that's Levi's first deer on private land. Everything else we've taken on public. Got homesteading with the laws in here. We're going to be doing a contest on naming these 2 little baby heifer calves I got. There's one of them. And this other one's even more wild. Right, here's the other one. We're going to be doing a naming contest on those. So look out for a video coming out here in the next day or 2 on how to participate in that. But essentially, you'll offer up 2 names, and hopefully we get at least half a dozen people to put in for it. And then we will hold a poll. And then you'll get a custom one-off hoodie. Still haven't 100% designed it yet. Been playing around with it, but I'll do that tonight so Shayla can get it in the video. We got Jemima and the steer over here figuring out who's more dominant. I bet Jemima will win. Oh, and then don't forget Clarabelle. She's our other Dexter. I talked about her when I first started this, but there probably wasn't too many people in here when I said that. She should be exposed to the Red Bull. And that's kind of so this is kind of the direction I'd like to go with my cow herd. See how small she is compared to that Hereford? She's older than that Hereford. She's just a Dexter and much smaller, and her daughter's about as big as she is now. But the direction I'd like to go is these smaller cows that are really good at converting the smallest amount of grass into beef as possible. You get more beef per acre off of Dexter's than you do anything else. But I was thinking, these Dexters with one of these beef bulls that are a little faster growing would be the optimal beef cow for a homestead and a small ranch. I think that you'd be able to run more mama cows because they weigh about half as much So you get more cows to the acre, which means more calves. And then you get something that grows a little faster in there with them, like that Gilby. These calves just don't know what to think of me. I'm gonna have to spend more time around them. I should have ear tagged them. I know which ones are which, and it'll only get more obvious as they get older because that Wagyu's kind of a gangly, lanky breed until you get them fat. But I'd like to have an ear tag in them so I could really tell. I don't have so many cows I need numbers, but maybe if we could get like a pink and another color ear tag in them, we could really tell the difference. Pink and a yellow. You need to quit using your horns over there. You're a lot bigger than her, right? Get her, Annie. Don't let her boss you off the feed. Get in there. She just don't know how big she is. She's letting this little old Dexter run her off. I think I'm gonna go grab the cubes and get the cubes spread out for them. You know, they don't really have to have cubes, but that extra protein sure does help them. She's gonna come over here and be the boss of the cubes too. Come here, Lucy. This is our livestock guardian dog. Actually, come out of the ones back at the house. But she's actually much better than the ones at the house. She actually stays on the property and does what she's supposed to do. And my other ones just go harass the neighbors, and we've actually got a video coming out on that really soon too. Hopefully a good solution for it. There they come. Also, that's better than the hay. So I try to give them about a bag of cubes a week. I ain't gonna sit here and dump out, you know, $10, $12 a day in cubes. But a bag a week, a little treat, keeps them easy to handle. You better watch out, Tater get you step on his head. This guy right here will ultimately be Hamburger eventually. He's still a long ways away. He's a Holstein I picked up at auction for a pretty good deal. If you've never had Holstein beef, I encourage you. It's pretty good. Lucy, I got you feed. Fix and fill up your feeder. Is that good, HB? Huh? Is that good? But you, Tater. This guy gets some attitude sometimes. But he's kind of a good balance in a bull. And I say balance because he was born and raised for about the first month by a cow, but she went down for hoof rot, and the guy that owned him couldn't get the mama cow back up. So we inherited him and bottle raised him. So he's real friendly, but he's not too friendly like some of the bottle calves will be. He definitely doesn't mind you being real close to him, but It's not his favorite thing if you just touch him and stuff, which is fine by me. I don't want him touching me, and I don't have to touch him that much. As long as he don't get mean. There's a good look at that little calf. Right there. Both of them. Real skittish for little calves. Usually they get a little more curious. But like I said, look out for that video coming out where you could win yourself a custom hoodie. There'll only be one hoodie made like it. But you got to participate, and you got to recommend names for these two. That will be in another video, and then we'll be doing a follow-up after that with maybe we'll do the actual naming on a live. Not really sure. Probably so. Probably just host a poll on a live and do the giveaway then. What do you think, Blackjack? Don't kick me. You're getting in Blackjack's cubes, you better watch out. And if you're wondering, they got the runs because all this winter grass, that stuff really makes it run right out of them. She's pretty fleshy. But that's how I like my cows. I like where I can get right up in them and not worry about getting hurt. But not to say you couldn't, even just by accident. See, I can touch Blackjack's hawk that she don't kick. Some of them I wouldn't do that. Thank you. Yeah. I think my cows are probably the favorite part of our homestead. I like my goats, but cows are just, I don't know, they're a lot more enjoyable to be around. Goats are just, they're too much in your face and in your business. For the most part, these, there you go, Blackjack. Show her who's boss. Just because she's got horns don't mean she's the boss. But goats, sometimes they just get a little annoying because don't you kick me? Because they get a little overbearing. They want to like jump on you and try to get in your feed bucket. My cows, they respect my feed bucket and feed bag pretty well. Of course, I don't let them jump on me. Cows learn better than goats. I'll put it that way. If I knock one of these guys on top of the nose for getting too aggressive with me, they remember that. Goats don't. Goats don't have a memory. Well, I'm fixing to sign off of here, but on these vertical lives, if you want to like it, you just double tap the screen, and that's all you got to do. Lucy, you ready for me to feed you? Yeah, I'm going to go feed the dog. She's got a bulk feeder. She stays down here. Blackjack, that's a little aggressive. But she's got a bulk feeder down here, and she stays on this 15-acre patch by herself, unattended, and she does very well. We've only had her missing once, and she was in heat, so hopefully nothing. She doesn't feel like she's bred, like her teats aren't getting. She ain't getting a milk rail or anything, so hopefully she didn't get bred. We'll have to get her fixed soon. Although I'd hate to get her fixed because she is exactly what a livestock guardian dog is supposed to be. She's just like her daddy was. Easy, girls. I might have to stop bringing y'all cubes if you keep fighting. I'm gonna have to start feeding them out of my hand a little bit so I can get these heifers tamed down. They certainly don't care for me to touch them. But anyways, like I said, you can tap the screen twice to like it, and I'm gonna sign off of here. Just thought while I was spending the time down here, I'd show you guys the cows and let you watch them eat. I like to watch cows eat. I don't know why. So, thank you guys, and what you think, HB? Have a good night, guys.